Hello everyone, welcome to the Draft Podcast, the place to get all your news about the draft events of the week. This time we're going to cover the events of game week 12. We're going to do our weekly team review with Emil Pesky, and to finish, as usual, we're going to do our prediction for team of the week. So let me introduce the manager for Emil Pesky, James Oram, our presidente.
Hello Luke, thank you for having me.
No problem. So I might as well just go straight into the league table and review what happened in the last game week. Anything you want to highlight?
Well, there wasn't too much movement this week. It's interesting to see that there's a certain couple of teams making a bit of a charge upwards up the table, and there's a couple that seem to have been dropping off in the last couple of weeks. Namely, the Whitnuts seem to have had a couple of game weeks together.
Yeah.
Then they had a 42, a 46, and a 52, and then a 46 in recent game weeks. So that's almost 200 points across 4 weeks. So they're performing pretty well, which is a bit of a shock to all of us.
He's on the rise, that's for sure.
But he is on the rise, unfortunately, for everybody.
Going through a name change halfway through the season as well, to Roasting Whitnuts.
He is. He's obviously getting into the festive spirit.
Yeah.
No, he's obviously thought Charlotte's name was a much better name than his for his own team, so...
I'm sure Adam will be happy now both are capitalised as well.
True. I hadn't noticed that, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah. Adam will be pleased.
You've retaken the second spot as well.
I have.
You've had a good week.
Yeah, well, saved in the last game by a certain duo of Madison and Vardy. Madison's finally started to turn up.
Yeah.
And Jack, again, despite all his talent, has had a fairly underwhelming week for him.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our off weeks, don't we, to be fair? I noticed as well the gap between 5th and 6th is now shrinking slightly. So Richard needs to look out.
Rich has had his worst week in a while with 38, though, I think. I think that's his worst week for 7 game weeks.
Really?
Yeah, since game week 5. So he's been doing very, very well recently. Or actually, consistently, to be fair.
It's been a good week, actually, overall, because there's only been 2 that are less than 30.
Yeah, and I would say...
George at the bottom.
I know.
He's starting to fall away. There's a gap building between him and Tom now. I might have to get him on, ask him what he's going to do about it.
He needs to diversify that Arsenal team. He's basically got the Arsenal squad. Bellerin's banned for the next game because I think he's picked up too many yellows.
Oh no!
Lacazette might not even start. Didn't even play. Played 59 minutes this week. And then the other one's Adam, who's I think he only had 9 players play though, because Tellez didn't play and Foden didn't play.
Carrying by Kane and McCarthy for him, I think.
Again, Kane's back is breaking, I think. But no, it's been
apart from that,
a pretty consistent week.
Yeah, good scores all round.
I wasn't expecting to come out on top this game week after going into the last couple of games with 20 points.
Yeah, you did well. Yeah. Well, talking about you, we might as well move on to the weekly team review. And as we got you on, we'll have a look.
I've got one new addition this week. Ryan Bertrand was floating around agency. He wasn't my first choice. I wanted Wan Bis, but Bertrand will do for Bolly, who seems to have gone A1 in the last game week, which is a surprise to everybody.
Yeah,
Big Willie disappearing, but yeah. So I've picked up Ryan. So I've got a back 5 of the wing backs again, which is always very pleasing. And then I've got a pretty stinky midfield. I think I need to improve, but Walcott seems to be doing all right. Madison's obviously decided he wants to play football again. A bit worried about Harrison.
Can he keep it up though? Who have Leicester got this week?
Everton. So it could be a goal fest, to be fair.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I've got Havertz, who hasn't really done much, but Lampard came out this week and was backing him big time, so hopefully that means he'll stay in the team rather than being dropped like a lot of the others in the rotation up top for Chelsea.
I'm sure you'll be hoping for a clean sheet with Walker again.
Yeah, I'm hoping he plays again. I mean, there's no guarantee with Pep, is there? I'm hoping Aguero gets on a bit as well, because his stomach bug should have disappeared by then, according to Pep. So hopefully he'll at least get some game time. And against West Brom, you've got to hope even if he comes on for 20 minutes, he might do some damage. So, yeah.
Definitely a potential, yeah.
Pretty happy with my team, though.
Which keeper are you going to run this week?
I'll just Mendy and Chilwell. I think Wolves just look like they've lost all ability to score at the moment, so I'm hoping that Chelsea keep them out. The other option's going with Ramsdale at home to United. I think United will probably score.
Yeah.
So just got to hope Wolves don't turn up again. But I'm happy with generally quite happy with my team, to be fair. Quite happy with my front three. Once Aguero starts playing, I know there's a lot of question marks about him from some of the other managers, but I'm quietly hopeful that he'll actually start at some point.
So have you had any trades offered to you this week? You've not actually made one since the 7th of December, which is unlike
Which actually
you.
isn't. I know. I'm a bit worried. No, I haven't had any that I'd have accepted. There's been a few floating around, but nothing that I'll accept.
I had Tom trying to take Zuma off me earlier.
For who?
Well, he wanted to give me Stones, and he was sort of looking at it as a straight swap, and I was like, no chance. Zuma scored 4 goals so far this season.
Yeah, and I think
I was
Zuma
trying to take
is much more likely to play.
I was trying to take
Stones.
Tielemans or Mount off him for it, and get rid of
For who?
Torres, because he's not really been doing much. So, but maybe
and Tom does like a City player.
Yeah, well,
I think he
just
too
didn't
over-reliant.
He didn't want to get rid of either of them. So I said,
Fair
well,
enough.
if you swap it for Dyer instead of Zuma, then I'll do it. But he just no, because then he'll have 2 Tottenham defenders. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. Tottenham players might be alright to have in defence. Jose doesn't. His teams don't tend to concede many.
No.
If I was doubling
and
up
he was trying
on
to
anybody,
say
it would
that
probably...
Aurier was the better centre back, even though the stats don't really suggest that. But I'm not sure.
Serge. Yeah, he seems to have sealed the place of a Doherty, which is very disappointing. But Serge is always a flight risk, so at any point he could go AWOL, which is what we're all hoping for. But no, Tom's got a pretty tasty lineup for this weekend. Actually, looking at his team,
he's got 4 players for Man City. So if they have a field day,
if they all start,
it's just
I'd
Jesus,
expect him
guess,
to.
That's might not start, but
Who's he starting?
He has played them
early, isn't he? So he's gone for Ederson, Stones, De Bruyne, and Jesus. I think Stones will be dropped this week. I just think Pep loves the rotation after some of this doing well, but De Bruyne won't be. I think Tom should probably do the best this week on paper.
Is that who you're going to go for your team week prediction? Your team of the week prediction?
I think so. I'd be disappointed if I was Tom and didn't come top with the team he's got for this week. West Brom have been terrible. Conceded 5. Was it 5 against Palace? Who did they play this weekend? I can't remember who they played. Yeah, Palace. Palace weekend before, and they lost 2-1 at home to a depleted Newcastle. So I think he's got to be doing well.
Yeah.
If he's not doing well this week, when's he going to do well?
Well, I think that would be bad luck, I think, if he doesn't do it. I mean, we've had some crazy games this year, haven't we? So anything can happen. But
he's got to hope. He's got to hope that City do the business. Who else has he got playing? Pogba, who knows? The enigma. He's picked up Wan-Bissaka. Sheffield don't really score many goals, so it's a pretty good pickup there, I think. And then he's got Bamford at home against Newcastle, and I think that could be a goal fest. So I think he's got a good chance this week. He's got a good chance.
Yeah. I probably would agree with you, but I'm just being at the top. I am concerned about Jack this week.
That would be my next one. Sterling, Salah.
Yeah.
Because who have they got? Liverpool at home against Spurs. That'd be a difficult game.
That's the game that it could go either way, I guess. So we'll
especially
see.
With all the injuries to Liverpool at the moment. Whether they rotate or not for the game against Spurs on Wednesday, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I think Jack's the other one, because if City have a field day, Sterling's likely to be involved in a bit of that. So
yeah.
And then Wilson Leeds could be a goal fest. Everton Leicester could be a goal fest. McBurney looks like he's a doubt though with a shoulder injury, and so that means he's got 3 players already injured to target when coming in. Unless he's made any, I don't think he made any waivers this week.
Let's have a look, shall we?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. No, not many people did. There was a lot went through, but not many people putting them through. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'd go with Tom for this week.
I think Tom's
going to do well.
Yeah. Tom put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through. Got 1 of them. Well, 4 of them were for the
same position, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to it. This is, if I can, from my point of view, if I can stay in the top couple by Christmas, that's all I can hope for at the moment. I've got a couple of good lineups again this week. Hopefully, Aguero might play. Got Everton against Leicester, Newcastle against Leeds, Brighton against Fulham. Just got to hope Fulham have used all their energy in that Liverpool game, and then we'll see, won't we? We'll see.
Yep.
But Jack's the danger man, I think, for us both.
Yes, yeah. I'm hoping I can just keep doing what I'm doing, keep hitting those high 40s, and I'll stay relevant. I would quite like to get to do something about my forwards, but the Cordova Reed did have a good week, but I had him at the bottom of my bench, which is not a great position to be. But it's just whether he can do that every week, I guess.
Yeah, you had a decent bench this week. How much did you have on the bench? 15 points for 2 players? Yeah, Eze and Cordova Reed.
Yeah. So they've come on. I've put them in for this week. So I've actually taken Dyer off and put him on the bench against Liverpool.
I think that's sensible.
I think that game's going to be goals either way, so I didn't want him.
Yeah, I think they'll both score. Yeah, I think my money's on Tom.
Well, we'll have to.
We'll have to wait and see. I can't. I just look scanning through the other teams. Unless, yeah, it's got to be Tom. Got to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck, Team Row.
Yeah. So I guess the other thing we could talk about is the AGM that happened at the weekend.
Yeah,
Good night,
I thought
well organised.
Yeah, it was good. It was quite successful. It's a shame we couldn't meet up in person because it'd been nice to see everybody, and it was nice to see everybody virtually. I think Adam did very well putting some of those videos together.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a shame because he'd added a special bit into the video of the cup fight. The run up to the cup in Lawrence's games.
Yeah,
because you were winning up. Did he tell you or not?
I don't
think he did tell you.
No.
Running up to that Ings penalty, you were in the lead,
Yeah,
and he'd overplayed it with the Titanic music as when the penalty got called. It's good. It's good. And then Lawrence's video.
Yeah, I mean that. You don't want to talk too much about the cup week in this session, but yeah, that was brutal. Danny Ings had to win it for Lawrence.
I mean, that was a perfect cup performance, really.
Yeah.
Shady, dodgy decision after dodgy decision. But that's what you love about the cup.
Yeah. So that video that Adam played, it didn't play properly for me. It was quite sort of low frames, you know.
It was all right when he sent it through. I think it was just the internet, because I think when he sent it to me separately.
Yeah.
He can put it in the group after, and it played absolutely fine.
Yeah,
no, it's a good little video.
Across Zoom, I guess. It's got to stream it to 10 other people.
All of us.
Yeah.
No, it was a good little video. It was well put together. No, it was good. It was a good evening. It's just a shame we couldn't meet up in person. So hopefully by the summer we can actually get together.
Yes.
But now there's 20 of us, so I think that's probably too many for a household. So we'll have to look at alternative options.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what the rules are by then. Who knows?
I'm sure.
But yeah, no, I had a great night. And the packages you guys put together, great work. Can't complain with that.
Did you enjoy have you had the cocktail?
I have not. No, I'm saving it.
Oh, you're missing out. It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I'm sure I saw Rich at the end of the night drinking his Baileys as well.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. I didn't want to drink too much after the stag do we had a few weeks before. The next morning I was terrible. I was like, I don't want that again for my Sunday. So I didn't drink
as much. Took it a bit easier.
Yeah, but yeah, no, good night. No complaints.
Good.
I'm glad that we can make that work. I imagine a lot of people try to do these online events and they just don't get very far with it. But I think it was good having every person come up with a game.
Yeah, I'm surprised it went on as long as it did. Actually, we were thinking it'd be done by like 10:30, 11. But I think
I suppose it's hard to unless you tell people you've only got this much amount of time. People, it's hard to say how long each person's thing's going to go on for. So,
yeah,
I think
difficult.
Jack
But it was
did well.
good. It was
yeah,
good.
I think
Jack's was a really good, clever game. I like it a lot.
Personally, because I've seen people playing the actual game, I would have thought playing the game would have been actually quite good fun. But then you've got loads of people that you'll have a mix of abilities of knowing what to do. So But I think he did well. He did well.
No, he did. He did. Even if he did get too drunk and disappear.
Yeah. I think he was. I can't remember what we were doing, but I think he just.
It was
got
Tom's
bored,
game.
did he? It was like, oh, I'm
was
going to go
Tom's
watch
game,
the boxing.
The boxing.
That's fair enough.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was good. I'm just pleased Lucy got a potato in the end.
I can't believe you put a potato in that box.
She had a lovely grin on her face. See happy memories.
I can't tell if Tolly's getting actually wound up about it now, and Lucy's going along with it. You know, the joke, but yeah.
He's not let it go. He raises it almost daily still, so I think it must have wound him up.
Oh dear.
Poor T.
Yeah. Well, it's great having you on for our first
Thank you very
podcast.
Much.
And,
thank you very much for having me.
No problem. Good luck for the game week. And
who are you going to have on next week? Or are you going to go for the best performer? Do you think?
I don't know. I might. I did mention George earlier. I think I might try and get George on. See if we can
need to explain what's going on. To be fair,
not to try and get him to explain what's going on. Try and get him to sort of maybe put down his game plan. See what he's going to try and do next.
I think he's got to diversify.
Make sure he's all right as well, because we don't want him falling off and then not wanting to do it next year. I think he's been a great addition. So yeah, we'll try and get him.
He has. They both have actually. They both have. Him and Rich have. I think they've both learnt valuable lessons early on. Yeah. Richard especially, although he's doing very well still. I'm surprised after getting rid of Fernandez and Ings. Imagine he had them both, it'd be top of the league.
Well, we all have to learn. I think I've learned from my season. They have to learn from their seasons. So yeah, I'm happy with that going.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Enjoy your next one. I look forward to hearing from George.
Yeah, I'm sure we all are. Okay. Thank you, James.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for listening, everybody. This is the Draft Podcast, and we'll see you next week. Bye.